Hey, okay, I made this a few years ago. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I got to show you something in here. Just I wanted to explain really quick just the general concept of options. So I was thinking about a way to explain it really simply. So Dave and I are making a movie, as you know. Okay, we're making a movie, and we have a script done. Let's just say for a minute that Steven Spielberg got wind of it and he liked the idea, and he thought that he might want to make the movie, and he thought, oh, it could be $1 billion movie. So he thinks that he may want to pay us $10 million for exclusive rights to the story and the script. So, but he doesn't know if he does. He's looking at other projects, and he's going to make up his mind in a month. It's going to be us or somebody else. Let's just say that's what's going on. So Steven Spielberg's agent comes to us and says, Steven Spielberg wants to give you guys $100,000. He wants $100,000. Here's $100,000 for the right, but not the obligation to buy your script in the next month for $10 million. So he says if he buys your script, he'll buy it for $10 million. But he's not sure if he wants it. He needs a month to decide, but he doesn't want you to sell it to somebody else in the meantime. So for your trouble, and to make sure that you actually don't sell it to anybody else, he's going to give you $100,000. So now you're obligated. So he has no obligation. All he has, once he's given us the money, he has no obligation to buy it for $10 million. But we have the obligation to make it available to him to buy for $10 million for 1 month. At the end of the month, we no longer we're released. We keep the $10 million. We keep the $100,000 no matter what, and we only get the $10 million if he decides to do it by the end of the month. And on 31 days later, if it's after it's expired, and he comes with $10 million, we no longer have to do it. If somebody else wants to pay us more, we can go with somebody else. We can renegotiate with him. It's all bets are off after 31 days. But 29 days, he can come in, and if somebody else offered us $100 million for it on the 29th day, we can't. We have to give it to him. So that's basically the idea of an option. Here's another one that I did. I think it's on page 5 or 6. Yeah. So you bought your neighbor's house. Your neighbor bought his house. Your neighbor bought his house for $500,000. There's a rumor that your town will buy your neighbor's house for $2 million in the next year to make room for a new road, because the road's going to bring a lot of money to the community. So they're willing to do that. You believe the rumor, but your neighbor doesn't. So you pay your neighbor $10,000 for the right, but not the obligation to buy his house for $750,000 in the next year. So in this example, you'd be the buyer of the option, your neighbor is the seller. If the town does end up buying the house for $2 million, your neighbor would lose his house, but he makes $260,000. He bought the house for $500,000 originally. He sold it for $750,000 to you, and you also gave him $10,000. So that's $760,000, right? So $760,000 minus the $500,000 he originally paid for it is $260,000, and you make $1.24 million because you bought the house for $750,000. You sold it for $2 million, which makes it $1.25 million. But you did pay him $10,000, so you made $1.24 million. And if the town doesn't buy your neighbor's house, that's if they did. If they didn't, your neighbor would make $10,000 and from selling you the option, and you would lose $10,000, but you lost it with the chance to make $1.24 million, so you thought it was a good gamble. So that's those are two examples. I think it's pretty clear. I'm trying to be more succinct and not talk forever. Okay, I think I'm going to record this in little sections, probably put it all together, but it's easier to not try to explain it all at once for me. So this is going to be a 2-minute thing, a 3-minute thing, and then I'm going to pause it and come right back in instead of trying to talk continuously. Okay, so imagine that you knew, again, crystal ball, this is a good example, that you knew the price right here is 30, is the price of the S&P is 336.72, or it's 3364. It's 3364 if it's the futures, or 336 if it's the SPY, but it's the same thing like we talked about. They move up together and down together. Okay, so let's just say that you knew it was going to go to 400 tomorrow. Let's use the SPY for a minute. Let's say you're going to you know it's at 336 and it's going to go up to 400 tomorrow. You just you have a crystal ball, magic spell, whatever. So if you were to buy one future, and it would hold. You can see here, if I were to send the trade in, it would take $1,320 of your money to just hold the position, to have the position in your account. And if it went, and here's the price right now, and when you get in, you always lose a tiny bit when you get in because it's the spread. But so you get in and you'd be down $6, and if it went to 400 by tomorrow, you'd be up $3,150. Let's say you did the same thing with one stock, one share of stock. Well, you would be at $63. So let's just say, for the sake of the argument, let's make it around $6,200, $6,300 that we're trying to make. That's what you're going to try to make tomorrow in this magic example. You know that it's going to go from this price to 400 tomorrow, and your goal is to make around $6,000. So you could trade two futures. You get in, and it takes you $2,640. $2,640 right there. That's what it takes for you to hold it. And at the end of the day, you have made $6,308. Okay, and it would take you $2,600 to hold it. Or you could do 100 shares of stock. So you get in, and it's the same amount, right? But it would take you, if you were to do that, it would take you $16,000 to hold that. So $16,000 to hold it versus $2,600. So there's really there's reason the reason that's true is they're different industries. Futures is based in Chicago. Stocks are based in New York. They're not even the same industry really, so they have different rules. But whatever, that's what that is. And that would cost. Now look, this is an option. There's two kinds of options. There's calls and puts. If you want to make money going long, going for the price going up, you buy a call. If you're going to buy an option, you buy a call. If you want to make money at the price going down, you buy a put. So those are the two kinds of options. There's calls and there's puts. Calls means you make money when the prices go up. Puts is down. So in this case, we buy one of these. And remember, I was saying that the way this actually works is it controls 100 shares of stock. That's what, for each one of these, it controls 100 shares of stock. So, but the truth is, you're just buying the put. I'm saying the idea is that if that they're matched up, but it doesn't matter. So you're buying one of these, and look, it would be $62.20 by the end of the day. But the amount that it would cost to be in the trade, it's only $80. So this cost $2,600 to make your $6,000. This cost $13,000 to make your $6,000. This cost $80 to make your $6,000. Obviously, there's catches, right? So the most on this trade, let's say you did it and you were wrong. Let's say that instead of going up to 400, it went down to 270. So let's put that in here too. So let's say it went down to 270 instead. Okay, so in this example, you got in at the price. If it goes up to 400, you make $6,300. If it goes down to 270, you lose $6,600, and it requires you to have $2,600 in your account to be able to even trade it. And it would be more. It'd be like 10,000 because you have to lose. You have to have enough money to lose this as well. I mean, this is not a trade anybody would take. I'm just showing you how it works. Okay. So now let's say that for the stock, you're in 100 shares. Again, you would make $6,300 if it went up, and you would lose $6,600 if it went down. But here you have to have 13,000. So you have to have more like 20,000 because you got to have the 13,000 plus the amount that you lost. So that's how that is. Now look at this. So this is gonna be surprising. So if it goes up to the way you want it, you're gonna make $6,200. If it goes down to 270, you're gonna lose $80. That's it. So you can see why. So to recap, this costs $2,600 to make $6,000, and you can lose it just as easily as you can make it. This costs, you basically have to have $20,000 in your account. So here you have to have, let's say, around $9,000, $10,000 in your account to be able to make $6,000. And if it went the wrong way, you would lose that $6,000. Here, you have to have like $20,000 in your account. And again, if it went the wrong way, you would lose $6,000, whatever, and you'd make $6,000. Here, you have to have $80 in your account. And if it went the right way, you'd make $6,000. If it went the wrong way, you'd lose $80. So obviously, there's a catch, right? The catch is that this is only good for one day. This is good. This is good forever. This is good forever until you get out. So the whole idea is that remember. Okay, yeah. So I wanted to make sure that is. I mean, I know you're not going to understand all the ins and outs, but you understand that part is something that should be understood. Okay.